YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. So today this vlog is going to be totally different. You've never seen me do something like this before. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of talk about my 2023 and how it went for me. And I got my little notes in my phone. Today is December 31st, and I just wanted to get this out before the new year, because this next year I'm just gonna go in with no expectations. I feel like every year prior to this, I'm always like, oh, this is gonna be my year, this is gonna be my year, and this is gonna be my year, and for some reason it never turns out that way, or it hasn't turned out that way yet, because we're still optimistic and we're still hopeful, and we know eventually everything that we've been asking for and everything that we deserve is to come. But I'm gonna go into this new year with no expectations, no hard guidelines. I just want to be the best version of myself. I just want to be healthy, and I just want to be strong-willed and strong-minded and continue to be the best version of myself. It's basically kind of where I'm going with this. So I did want to start off by saying, here's basically how I'm going into 2024. I just posted this on my Instagram story. I'm not making any plans on how I want 2024 to be. I just want God to lead me. That's it, and that's all. Period. Whatever he says goes, basically. I'm not gonna go against the grain. I'm not gonna challenge anything. Whatever happens, I'm gonna take it on the chin and I'm gonna keep moving like I always do. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's start off. I'm gonna start off with the good stuff first. So I'm basically start off saying, I made it. Okay, I made it. I'm happy to be here. I made it. Glad to be here. I like my career. I'm healthy, like I said. I don't have any major health concerns, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy to, live in the same house as my mom, because wow, who knew the ending of my year was gonna take a turn like that? And I feel like I want to get emotional, but I've cried so much this year that I'm just like, I'm done crying. Okay, I am done crying because, honey. But I'm so happy to be living under my mom's roof with her, so we can just kind of help each other, and we can just continue to build our relationship. We've always had a great relationship, so that was never our issue or anything like that. But just to have that love and that support in the same household as you is by far, for me, is everything that I need right now. Okay, so let's tap into the not so good stuff. So the not so good stuff. Let's just start with this, because I feel like this kind of is the start of where everything goes left in your life or not. So I guess, just me being treated like, or feeling like I was being treated like I was unworthy or undeserving, and just not being supported, and just, just feeling lonely most of 2023. Actually, for the past 3 years, honestly. Just feeling that loneliness nagging, tugging at me. So I feel like if we start there, that started to just feed the negative thoughts in my head, and started making the negative thoughts be way louder than anything that was coming to me. The negative thoughts were starting to just kind of take over, and it started to get harder and harder to like push them away and keep the affirmations going and believe in the affirmations, because you can say affirmations and don't believe them. So believe in the affirmations. It just kind of got harder and harder to do that, just because I was feeling like I was being treated like, you know, I deserved that, or, you know, just like I wasn't worthy of anything better. So let's start there. The negative thoughts was starting to consume me, which just led into other things happening. Let's say this. Though I like my career, it's not fulfilling, or it's not fulfilling to me. It's a career, but it's still just a job. It's a career, but, you know, I'm not getting any fulfillment or pleasure out of doing the work that I do. I kind of got into this career about 6 years ago, so I definitely don't want to change careers unless it's no career at all. And just running my own business, or just, you know, being a content creator, or just, you know, having the freedom to just live life. Overnight, I would love that as well. But I don't want to change my career because I've been doing it for so long, and I'm actually really, really good at it. So yeah, it's just not fulfilling. The compensation is, you know, poor, which is, I mean, poor for the life, or poor for the cost of living right now, which a lot of us are in that boat. So, you know, I'm not like making that seem like it's only me. A lot of us are in that boat. So that's neither here nor there. The seasonal depression, okay? I absolutely hate every year that it gets dark at 5 o'clock. Like, it's pitch black by the time that I get off of work. And now that I work from home, now that I don't even live in Charlotte anymore, and I work I'm remotely working from DC, it's just, when I get off, it's dark, it's gloomy here all the time. Surprisingly, today and yesterday we had sunshine. But yeah, it's just, the seasonal depression is a thing in itself, and that's just that. Can't wait to spring. Okay, let's get into me feeling like I lost my independence. I left home in 2010, and this is the first time that I've ever lived back like under my mom's roof or whatnot. And once I kind of went to college and did the college thing, I was definitely like, I'm never moving back under my parents' roofs and this, that, and the third. Like, I'm not doing that or whatever. And I didn't until now. And I thought I was only going to be here for like 3 months. So, you know, the first, you know, I was excited to get here. And prepared to just be here for 3 months. I didn't like picture further than that. I mean, my mom kept saying 6 months, but I still was just like, okay, 3 months, I'm gonna, you know, get there, save a little money, come back, I'll find a house, and, you know, whatever. And no, it's not looking like that, guys. It's not looking like 3 months at all, actually. Actually, we already passed the 3 month mark. We already passed the 3 month mark, but it just doesn't look like I'm probably gonna be moving back to Charlotte anytime soon. I also lost my car. One of my greatest accomplishments this year was paying off my car. Ooh. It was paying off my car, and then I lost, like, it just stopped working. and they were basically like, oh, you need a new transmission, but I just got a new transmission in that car 3 years ago. And yeah, wow, I can't even believe I'm still getting emotional about it because I thought I was over it. I definitely thought I was over it, but I think that really like whoa, that was like my big first girl purchase, and to lose it like that and just not have plans. I didn't plan to lose my car or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm gonna move back to Charlotte, I'm gonna buy a house, I won't have to worry about a car payment for a few years. Like, these are my plans. And so I just didn't imagine losing my car. And I'm so thankful that I was here, like under my mom's roof when that happened, because I couldn't imagine living in Charlotte basically by myself and losing my car and like having nobody to depend on as far as like, you know, going back and forth to work for those first few weeks before you can, you know, get another car, I didn't even buy another car yet. But now that's because I basically don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere. I work right from the house. And if I do need to go grocery shopping, I just borrow my mom's car. But I couldn't imagine that if I was in Charlotte. I would have had to get a car like probably by the end of that week. So that's that. Kind of losing a part of my family. That is still a challenge or whatnot, because nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. We just kind of moved on as if it didn't even happen, or, you know, no apologies, no nothing or whatnot. And so we just kind of celebrated our first Christmas, and it was amazing. Don't get me wrong, it was amazing, but we didn't have, it wasn't like normal. How about that? I mean, it wasn't like how it was years prior to this year, basically. Being at odds with God. Like, me and God, or God and I, were beefing, okay? We were beefing because I just couldn't I just didn't understand. Still don't understand, but I've come to just realize, like, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. And, you know, our relationship has grown. And then it has grown, and it goes back, and it grows, and it goes back, and it grows, and it goes back, and it grows, and it goes back. Oh, whatnot. It's just like, I guess it's just the understanding part. And sometimes you're not supposed to understand. You just let it happen, and just know in the end that everything that your heart desires, you'll have. And that's what I'm just standing on. I don't believe that the desires of my heart are going unnoticed. So I'm just let God stand on business, and I'm gonna stand on business right beside him. Alrighty, so some things that helped me throughout all of this happening and things of that nature. Some things that helped me. I banned social media for myself. I started to feel like, okay, it's hard to do that because I am creating content and I do need to be posting and but I started feeling like I was more so being a viewer of content than posting my own content. And so I just had to put some hard, strict disciplines around myself. Like, okay, if you're not posting, it's no need to be on here. And that's what I did. I mean, I only started this maybe about 2 months ago, but I feel like I feel like I got more time, one, because you have no idea how much time you're actually spending on here until you stop. So I feel like I have more time to do other stuff. And then two, I just feel like I'm not playing that comparison game with nobody. or not. I wasn't really comparing myself to anybody then, but it's still, I'm not looking at their content and being like, dang, why can't I do that? Or I'm just not even looking at their content and being like, you know, why aren't I getting that type of support or anything like that? I'm just not even looking at stuff like that no more. It is what it is. Obviously, it is what it is. It's my new term. It is what it is, and if this is supposed to work for you, it's going to work for you, period. So I stopped using social media. I've always been a self-care girl. Y'all know I started doing my own nails, and that has just given me so much pleasure, for real. I always say this in those voiceovers, like, you know, it just gives me a chance to be creative. I'm also like looking into picking up some other things like sewing and using the sewing machine. I've always been a fashion girl. Overnight, I always said that I was more of the design, or I was more of the stylist than the designer, but who knows? Why limit myself? So I'm gonna learn how to use the sewing machine, because it is some things that I like to do as far as being creative, and I might need to sew it up on the sewing machine to wear it. Who knows? I stopped dating. I actually stopped dating before I left Charlotte. I stopped dating in the beginning of this year. I just, started to feel like I wasn't giving people the best version of myself. Like I honestly didn't even really want to be dating in the first place, because I was still feeling that hurt and that pain from previous relationships. So it was just like, I'm just talking to you just to talk to you. Like and it just started to become a waste of time. And so I just like, you know what, I'm gonna just wrap this up, and this is it for me or whatnot. So yeah, maybe like February of this year, that was gone. Once I stopped doing that, that's another thing that just lifted a little weight off my shoulders, and I'm just like, it is what it is. Obviously, it is what it is, but I'm just gonna worry about myself. I also, now that I feel like I got a little more time, got back into reading. Now, I might not be reading like self-improvement books, which I have as well, or not. I'm just reading, period. I love romance novels. I love mystery novels. Like, I'm just reading, period. Okay, so top 3 moments of this year. I got 4. Top 4 moments of this year. Paying off my car, I said that. Moving back home and just having the support from my family. I would never forget the hug that I received from my mom and my sister when I came home after I took my car to Nissan to, you know, get it checked out, figure out why it wasn't working, why I wasn't moving forward, why wouldn't it accelerate. I came, or Nissan, you know, got the little car, the little travel, I don't even know what car, call it, concierge, whereas the, you know, they'll bring you back home while your car getting serviced or whatever. And so they were bringing me back home. They were bringing 2 other people home as well. So we were all in the truck together. And I had on these big shades or whatever, you know, just trying to hide the pain and the hurt of like, dang, like they really telling me that I need to get a new transmission again. And when I stepped into this house, my mom was sitting on the couch, and I came up them steps, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I just broke down into tears. And her and my sister just held me, and that was probably one of my top moments, because that type of support is what I needed in that moment, because I couldn't believe that. Another hug was Cooper, my nephew. He I guess I could say I'm one of his favorites, and thank God. Because at this age, I was not my niece's favorite, but I guess you could say I'm one of his favorites. And we had surprised them. Well, they knew we was coming to the cheer competition, but he didn't know. I mean, he's 2, so he probably knew we was coming, but it didn't, you know, whatever. It didn't register in his mind like that. So we had surprised them and met them at Red Robin, where they were eating lunch. And he seen me, and when I say it was the tightest hug that I've probably experienced this year. It touched my little heart. So shout out to you, Cooper. Love you, baby. Another thing, top moment was Chelsea's birthday gift. The jacket that Chelsea gave me was so detailed, and that was probably the first time this year that I felt the outward expression of love. And it was so detailed down to the pins that she had on there. It was a sunflower, and if you know me, sunflowers are my absolute favorite flower. And it was a sunflower pendant on there. It was just so detailed to everything that she know I like and I love. And I just thank her for that, because it's one thing to like tell somebody you love them, but to show them is totally different. Okay, so songs that help me get through the year. And this is just the songs that came to mind immediately. I probably have some other songs on my list, but these are the songs that came to my mind immediately. So the first song is Anxiety by Meg Thee Stallion, one of my favorites. Don't Laugh at Me, Almost There by Princess Tiana, because you gotta be optimistic for real. You just gotta have that mustard seed of hope, of faith that it's gonna work out. So, Almost There, Good Life by Kanye West, Higher by DJ Khaled, Best Life by Cardi B, Rags to Riches by Rod Wave, All My Life by Lil Durk, How It Feel by Lil Durk and Lil Baby, Cobra by Meg Thee Stallion, the entire Pink Print album by Nicki Minaj, and last but not least, my whole gospel playlist basically. So yes, that is how 2023 went for me. You guys, I just want y'all to know that behind closed doors, we are all battling something that everybody else doesn't see. Yes, I'm creating content, I'm smiling, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But, whoo, honey, once that camera go off, it's back to real life. It's back to real life. And yes, I know others may be not as well off as I am and things of that nature, and I'm praying for those people. Definitely, I'm praying for those people just as hard as I'm praying for myself, because I just feel like we are all deserving of exactly what we're looking for. Somebody once told me that God would never give you the desires of your heart if he placed them there. And I think that's the one thing that I've been holding on to ever since they told me that. And it makes sense, because why would you allow me to dream something or feel like this is something that I really, really, really would want and not allow me to receive that or have that. So, with that being said, I hope we all have a prosperous, joyful 2024. I want to thank you guys. Last year around this time, I was literally begging for people to help me get to 100 subscriptions on YouTube. And this year I made not one post about basically subscribing to my channel, and we've grown. So I can't thank you guys enough, and I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you made it to the end of this video, love you.